down a little bit today. Try to keep the possession as limited as they can here against the powerful Indiana team.
Indiana controlling the opening tip. Meeks gets it up to Cheney, then makes the cut. Indiana crashing hard for the basketball, but it falls into the hands of the Red Raiders. And here they come. Bryant Moore. Around it goes, and there's that perimeter shooting. And they cash in immediately. Stacey Bailey.
They made 12 three-pointers in that loss to New Mexico State, which was an all-time school record. So, again, James Dickey likes that outside shot.
Indiana with a little weave of its own as Greg Graham sets it from the point. Good hustle across the court by a couple of players, saved by Indiana, and two by Anderson as he connects for the Hoosiers' first field goal.
A really fortunate save that time for Indiana.
Okay, so that is the game clock, 18:51, showing you that we are just underway here. Indiana trailing 3-2. The Hoosiers with the ball. Indiana with a spread offense. And tried to feed inside. Henderson's pass to Meek is picked off. A drive to the basket. And off the rim, no good. As Clemens, with great opportunity from Moore, can't find the ring.
Good man-to-man defense by Texas Tech. You see him coaching job. This is his first year as head coach.
Feed inside. Meek goes to Graham. And Graham connects with his first basket. And the Hoosiers have a 1-point lead. This is Ashley. Back to Moore. And Daly.
It's a motion offense with Flemings on the inside trying to get open. Henderson. And there's the pass inside.
Oh, that's a great pass. And that, they worked that almost perfection as Will Clemens from Paducah, Texas hits his first field goal.
When you set up that one-man low and 4 players outside, there's no help for Indiana from that weak side that Coach counts on, and that's when that lob pass can be effective.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if he's going to hit from out there, it's going to be trouble. Greg Graham with a three-pointer, and Indiana has jumped back into the lead. Moore. That perimeter game. And look at that. Ashley. Ashley.
A good little offense because you got to keep Fleming from scoring inside. If you drop back on him, they'll dish the ball back outside and let go of that three-pointer, which they're getting a better percentage of.
Great shot fake by Eric Anderson.
And we thought both these teams were good defensive teams. These players are scoring pretty easily.
9-8. Indiana with a 1-point lead inside the Fleming. Back out to Dale. Fleming almost gets trapped. Here's the steal. Graham. And he's fouled as he that's a set play. They work almost to perfection in virtually every game. Cheney to Henderson.
And the key there is quickly to release the ball. As soon as the referee hands you the ball, Cheney got rid of it on that high lob pass, and Henderson knocked it in.
11-8 Indiana, early going, 16-15 first half. Clemens. Down comes Henderson with the missed shot. Meeks will back it out. Anderson. Oh, he's got Cheney. Good angle. And 2 points.
It's a tough shot. He really hasn't faced the basket well that time. But from about 10 feet, puts Indiana up by 5.
Deflected ball right into the hands of Graham. Inside, a little bump before sophomore from Troop, Texas. So Indiana with his work cut out, leading by 3 as Anderson goes right to the basket on a good pass.
Indiana's moved the ball well on offense, looking for that open man. Another layup gives Indiana the 5-point lead.
Austin. This is Moore. Bailey. He's a three-point shooter, but this one misses everything, and Indiana doesn't have the block out. Boy, Meeks in high gear tries to pick that one up in back court. Dale will fire. Dale will score for 3.
Indiana not able to come up with that rebound. Texas Tech takes advantage of it. And Henderson had to decide whether to come out and guard Dale or to drop back on Clemens. I think he did the right thing by forcing the outside shot, but the Red Raiders make it.
That finds only the back of the rim as Chaney is now 1 for 3. Misses and into the conversion offense, and a near steal by Clemens. And Moore. All alone is Dale. And the rebound to Reynolds. Here come the Hoosiers. They have a break going.
And as it was leaning out of bounds, Damon tried to grab it, actually batted it out of bounds. And the turnover goes to Texas Tech.
Tech staying right in it as Dale fires from top of the key. Bailey with a rebound. And throws it away.
And Damon Bailey takes being taken out of the game.
Red Raiders playing tough, and there's a block against Indiana as they 3 on the way, and that finds nothing but the edge of the rim as Matt Nover clears it for the Hoosiers. Meek, Chaney, Reynolds.
Yeah, just a little tentative. They started well offensively. Now Texas Tech moves into a zone 2-3, and that's what's got Indiana taking some time.
Off to Meeks for 2.
And he switched the defense that time. Indiana took a little while to find the opening. Jamal with the jump shot.
Hoosier lead is back to 4.
Back in it now.
Reynolds to Chaney. There's a pass to Nover, deflected. All alone, Chaney, and that's long off everything. Bailey makes the save. Back to Nover. Chaney, penetration, 2.
See, off the dribble, he seems a lot more fluid, a little easier for that jump shot. The shots he's missed, he's been standing still without a dribble. That time a little better in the flow of the offense. Calvert Chaney hits it.
Moore dishes it off. Clemens looks. Ashley draws Anderson off his feet. Blocked away. Ashley from the line. Good hustle by Bailey for Texas Tech. Both Baileys wear 22. And a whistle. Indiana. And the shooting staying pretty well for Indiana, although Texas Tech has fallen off a bit. Bailey, Moore wants to go to Clemens. Indiana's double teaming him underneath as Ashley box from outside. Damon Ashley.
Outside threat, really, 2 or 3 of the Red Raiders can make that shot, not afraid to shoot it. James Dickey likes that style.
Anderson gets it up to Bailey, now to Reynolds. No cut. Action that is not really needed.
That's twice Indiana's thrown the ball where they thought the Indiana player would be, and that's the mistake. You've got to throw it to where he is, not where you think he's going to. And that zone defense seems to be bothering Indiana a little bit.
Oh, there's a great body move by Bailey at Texas Tech. It won't fall, however. Here comes Reynolds as the Red Raiders are back quickly defensively. All alone for 3. Yes. Calvert Chaney
with a nice job, stepped right into that shot, brought his left foot around, and for a left-handed shooter, that's exactly the side of the floor you want to be on. Calvert nails the 3.
Indiana's lead is 6. Bump, no call, no harm. Clemens, and he travels.
Little 3-1 here, now 3 pointers in a row that have extended Indiana's lead to 9.
Dale back to receive it from the side, deflected right. Norm Ellenberger was married since our last game last.
Played a good game.
Bailey, Anderson off the post pass, and just takes the long bound. Here comes Moore. Ashley fakes the shot, feeds the big man, Will Clemens.
That's what happens. You make a couple three-pointers, and then the defense comes out. Made a lunge that time, left Clemens all alone.
Hoosier Classic. Meeks turns on the afterburner, misses the shot, and Ashley comes away with the board.
Too wide open. That's the stop-and-go move, and as he stopped, everybody laid off him. Another dribble. He's got a layup. He shot it up a little too hard.
And a pass goes beyond the next dead ball. Bailey. And a whistle and a travel against Bailey. And Austin is out. Number 3 is Chad Collins. You saw him just give the ball up a moment ago.
It's interesting. A lot of the concepts that Indiana uses on their motion offense, but it's all out.
Graham centers the ball. Pass inside. Tech likes to run. Does it cause you more problems defensively, Lance?
You really have to adjust to it. You got a strong guy like Clemens in there. Like I said, you can't really double team him because then you're giving up that three-point shot on the outside.
Inside, Henderson makes a good move, misses the shot. He had that ball all but down inside the basket.
They've been working with him on that drive to the basket, and instead of flipping that layup, just to finish that off with a slam dunk. And that time he got everything except the ball to go in the basket.
Dale, Greg right in his face.
See, Fleming will come out and back pick to try to get guys open on layups to the basket. And then after he does that, he goes inside the post again.
And Collins sets a perfect pick as DeMont Ashley hits for his 3rd three-pointer.
I mentioned they just broke a school record by scoring 12 three-point baskets in the loss in their last ball game. And they're on a pace now to equal that.
Well, so is Indiana. Jamal Meeks hit for his 2nd of the year. He now has 5 points. He is 2 for 4 from three-point range. Oh, all alone underneath. There's the back cut. And Indiana with a good adjustment, but tipped in. I think they give that to number 4 to check. Lance Pugh.
Indiana, the one-on-one defense is so important. They're trying to force you guard Fleming one-on-one. And Indiana's help is being taken away.
Bailey misses the easy shot. Comes Collins. Now Hughes. Good ball motion. Red Raiders really keep it moving, and so do the players keep moving.
Well-disciplined offense. They're taking their time. That's the guy they want to go to.
Down in the well and out. Here's Bailey with the rebound. As the clock ticks down, 5.5 minutes remaining. Inside, Nova just muscles his way right to the board for his first bucket.
Strong move. Lamont Dale, 6'3", 215, was on him, and Nova just used some strength to get that shot off the backboard.
Meeks picks Collins up. Clemens. Ashley lets it fire right into the hands of Henderson. Up to Nover.
Good play by Nover. He was on the fast break, but that's not where he wanted him to have the ball. He stops his dribble, gives it up, and ends up getting a jump shot the other end.
Henderson had already sagged over to the help side of the floor for that rebound, but it took a short bounce. Henderson tries to get that ball, but I guess he and Fleming collided underneath. Apparently, no foul. Out to Dale for 3. Yes!
Good look outside as Indiana collapsed inside as the ball comes in. It's kind of like we see in the Soviet game when they bring the ball in and pop it way back to the outside for the three-pointer, and the Red Raiders hit another one.
Bailey is alone for 3. That won't fall. Clemens clears it for the Red Raiders. Here's Collins. Hughes drives on Bailey. No. Puts it back up and scores.
He had to shoot that one left-handed as he drove the baseline. The backboard blocked him out, but it did put him in good position for the tap. And Texas Tech within 2 points now.
Near steal. and a bump.
Check to within 2.
Indiana with the ball and the 2-point lead, 30-28. Let's see what the Hoosiers try to do with it here. Almost throws it away. Three on the way. Nope. And Cheney tries to follow. The Red Raiders are there to pull it down. Moore. Loose ball. And saved right back into the hands of Henderson. I tell you, he just never quit. Chris Reynolds just kept running it down. I was waiting for a whistle.
I think he was too. You see how he hesitates. He ran down the sidelines thinking the ball might go out of bounds. He realized it didn't, picked it up, and quickly got it to Henderson.
So Allen gets his second field goal. A little bumping inside as Reynolds went down. And popping it out from outside is Chad Collins.
An important part of the game now for Texas Tech. Flemings is out, taking a little rest, and he's their main go-to guy, but still they're hanging tough.
Back over to Cheney, and that's not going to follow. Kept in on the soft bound by Eric Anderson.
That's what Eric needs to do. Help a little bit more in the rebounding. We know he's a good shooter. He needs to help in that leadership and the rebounding. That time an easy task.
Indiana had a good switch on the attempted back cut by the Red Raiders that time. Hoosiers adjusted that move. Now behind the screen, Moore lets it fly. And over the back, 1:58 inside 2 minutes. In a very uneventful first half. Unless you want to talk about the three-point efforts of Texas Tech, and there has been plenty of that. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, they have taken, the red jerseys have. Just great block-out position off the board. I don't think Indiana has any more than maybe 1 or 2 offensive rebounds last.
That was a big key. They're not a big team, but they really have done the job against Indiana here in this first half.
Hoosiers with some good pressure defensively. Inside, this is Fleming. And he has to back it out. Bailey. Up and good by Will Fleming.
That fade away, it made it. Again, we've never seen an offense like this, Chuck, but it really fits the talent of this team very well. Only down 2 now.
Feed underneath, up to the glass goes Chris Reynolds from, guess who? Jamal Meeks. Led the team in assists last year. Anderson fought through. Bailey, guarded by Meeks. Again, they try the back cut. If it doesn't work, then they go for the pick or the screen.
Good position there. Let's see if Jamal holds up for one shot.
Second game. Clock running down to 15 seconds.
Big possession right here. If the Red Raiders hit, really builds their confidence, makes it a 4-point game.
Moore off his foot. Here comes Cheney on the drive. Up and good. A desperation shot as the buzzer sounds. We've come to the end of the first half. Well, a big turnaround, about 6 points there in the last 25 seconds. Gives Indiana an 8-point lead. That's the end of the first half with the score, Indiana 40, the Indiana Badgers. Moore. Indiana with a pretty good job so far defensively. There's Anderson trying to cut it off and succeeds in doing so as Cheney got the deflection, and on the drive, Reynolds gets the 2 points.
That was Nova on the defense. That lob pass into Flemings, he was able to knock away, and Indiana scores their 8th straight point.
Patience as Bailey gives it up to the glass, and a blocking foul.
Little 3/4 court zone trap they like to use. It helped in their high amount of turnovers they had in their last ball game, and add one more to it.
His second field goal here in the second half.
James Dickey's brought this team in well prepared. They've slowed the tempo down. They've taken what Indiana's given, a three-point shot. And there you saw that three-quarter zone. Again, just something to see if they can change what Indiana wants to do.
Indiana with good help from Nova there as Reynolds quickly gets back. Here's Moore. Moore has a quick start, very quick first step. Ashley. Back to Bailey. And that's not going to fall as Matt Nover clears it.
If Nover, the Texas Tech bench wanted to push on Nover underneath, they didn't get it.
This is Moore guarded by Reynolds.
No double pick low that time.
Cheney pulls it down off the board to Meek. Indiana tries to set it up. They have an 11-point lead. Under to Anderson for two.
Well, Indiana's had a great run here. The last 6 points of the first half and come out into the lead now at 13 points.
Indiana owned virtually every statistical category in the first half of play with the exception of rebounding. That's where we thought they would shine. And ironically, they had only 2 offensive boards. We had talked about that. Look at this great move by Dale. Lamont Dale for his first second-half basket.
Very quick that time. Again, you can't emphasize or be concerned about that 3 points so much that you let them drive by, and that's exactly what Dale did that time.
Anderson posts up Nover. To Meek. The shot clock is working. We do have a 45-second shot clock. It's ticked down now to 19.
Indiana having trouble setting up at the 2-3 zone. Indiana just working the perimeter instead of trying to get the ball inside.
There's Meeks. And that won't fall. Meeks goes for the ball, knocks it out of bounds. It was off the leg. How do they award it? It's to Indiana. And that
ball, weak pass inside, nearly picked off.
That's been one of the shortcomings of Indiana's game last.
Not crisp on their passes. Led to quite a few turnovers.
Anderson forced that one. Got a little extra shove on that ball as he took up, or went up for the shot. Blocked shot as Clemens went for two. Here's the steal back. Blocked by Nover. They'll call a foul. Inch their way back. They're trailing by just 9.
There's that press again. Indiana gets it across the line this time without turning it over.
See what the Hoosiers can do against this zone this time. Cheney will not find the mark. Out it comes, and this is a 4-on-2. Oh, that is great agility and body control by Bryant Moore.
Now that brings the Red Raider bench up, too. 6 points in a row now. Big Boy Nover is able to hit that baseline shot.
Nover's second field goal. Still a 9-point, 48-39 Indiana lead. Hughes, Dale, Moore. And he travels.
A wild pass now by Jamal. And 11 for Texas Tech. Indiana's 7th turnover. But Indiana really capitalized on the points off turnovers at 15. Not because the way Indiana's playing, it's what the Red Raiders are doing defensively. Got themselves back in the ball game now, down 7 points. And this sticky little zone defense at the other end is making it tough for Indiana to score.
48-41. Texas Tech is back to within 7.
Indiana's got to get that ball inside. They're too content taking the outside shot. They need to get Cheney or Anderson cutting up from behind on that baseline and getting that 5-foot shot. Shot clock down to 12 seconds.
Meeks for 3.
That helps a little bit right there as the crowd comes to life. Jamal hits from the baseline.
Yeah, but Laz, back to what you said before, Indiana has no inside game at all.
And that's the reason that they're not going to the foul line. You can't rely on that 3-point shot to fall all the time, as seen in Indiana's shooting today. They're only 5 out of 12.
Well, and just as soon as they drop it off, Bailey hits for 3. He now has 6, and both his attempts have come from the 3-point range. Gives it up to Anderson. Meeks with a feed and the reverse layup by Matt Nover.
There you go. There's the ball movement Indiana's looking for. No dribbling, just move the ball on the pass. See who the open guy is. That time Nover even used the rim there to fend off any defensive effort. Got it to go in.
Hughes back to Moore. And a little bump, no basket, says Steve Wilmer, the foul.
Not so much the tempo, Chuck, as the Indiana trying to get that ball inside, although Damon can take that outside shot. Indiana's got to look for Chaney and Anderson getting open inside.
3 on the way, and no good, as Bailey's shot is saved once again by the Red Raiders. Back to Clemens.
They really haven't gone to Clemens as much as they thought. That's because the three-point shot's been open.
Bailey guarding Bayless. And
They're down 9 right now. Not getting that shot at the basket. Crucial.
Indiana looks right down the throat of a 2-3 zone again. Chaney. 2.
See the difference there, but he could have taken that three-point shot from the outside. He used the fake, got a quick dribble, makes that now a 12-foot shot on the move, and that's a much better shot for Chaney. Not quite going inside, but pretty close to it.
Indiana's lead is 11. Good help. Moore from outside. He is about a foot behind that three-point line. It's a soft pass, almost picked off by Chaney. And a travel. That's Hughes.
3 shots, only 1 to go in, so I would say a change coach time made at halftime.
Indiana with Bailey and Reynolds in the backcourt. Moore guards Reynolds. And this is Hughes on Bailey. Finds the post and back.
Just recently called on his team.
Inside to Nover, off the post. No shot. Gives it up. And nobody comes to the ball. Eight as Indiana begins to execute just a little bit better at both ends. Clemens. And a drag of the foot, but a foul before. That goes against Indiana. Harry Harlan. 9:25 left to play. The first game of the IMB Hoosier Classic from Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. 3 on the way by Bailey. It's good, and a foul. Chance for a 4-point plus. 9 points.
It looked like a 3-point shot from here.
Sure did. Chaney outside. That's not going to fall. Rebound. Clemens. Time working right now in favor of Indiana, but the pace of the game is working in favor of Texas Tech. They're closing the gap.
They've got to come now with some three-point shots since Indiana's really closed down Clemens on the inside.
Inside, great move, no good. Tipped up by Clemens, no good. Foul. And the Red Raiders are back to within 10. Here's that press.
The press, yeah. Indiana doesn't need that quick shot now. They need to run that clock a little bit, make sure they get the shot they want.
Out of bounds, Indiana ball.
Here's only with 5-team fouls.
Indiana's had difficulty with its passing angle here in the second half last, and I think a lot of that's due to the defensive pressure put on by Texas Tech. Good reverse layup by Calbert Chaney.
Getting the ball with Calbert Chaney inside is a good part of the offense Indiana wants to get done right now.
Clemens Bailey will fire and score. Stacey Bailey.
Tough shot there. Damon Bailey had good position. A little higher arch than normal. Bailey gets it to go.
Block.
46% for Texas Tech. Indiana 59%.
Texas Tech has gone back into its 2-3 zone. Cheney tries the baseline. Oh, how he got that shot off, I don't know.
Kind of floats back in toward the court that time as the backboard nearly blocked him off.
Hughes. And Bailey pulls down the errant three-point shot. Up court quickly. Comes Indiana. Misses, but a foul. Pull him out after the UCLA game when he just realized he needed his speed and quickness.
And he has done a good job this year. He's got 9 points now. His season high is 10, which he had against Vanderbilt.
Collins. Start a little weave. And they work it off this perimeter game they play inside. That bounces and takes Red Raider back.
Good defense by Bailey. See how he shut off the baseline that time.
Cheney. Good position. Collins. They leave that middle open. They like to attack the middle. And there's a cut. There's a back cut. And a whistle. And that will Indiana.
The foul sends the Raiders to the line.
For number 4, that's Hughes.
Hughes from Georgetown. Misses on the fade. Well, it rattled, but it was right on the mark. That's his second three-pointer.
That's what keeps him honest. He's been concentrating so much on the inside. Let that outside shot go.
Another bad pass comes up in the hands of Indiana. Here's Bailey. Reverse back to Bailey for 3. And the crowd lights up on that one. Damon's their favorite son. 19-point lead by Indiana right now, and that stat's very interesting. Off the rim, no good, as Nover, playing with 4 personals, pulls it down for Indiana. Cheney. 3 more.
He's on it again now.
Yes,
getting 2 on that, but he can see he's in the flow of the ball game now. That shot looks just like it did last year.
Albert Cheney has an even 20. Bailey to Fleming.
11-0 now. Indiana's outscored Texas Tech in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Ashley lets it fly. No, that's Bailey from out there.
Number 22, Stacey Bailey.
That is his 4th three-pointer. Ooh, right in front of the bench. Two Baileys guarding each other. Anderson turns back and misses, but draws a foul and will go to the line. Kicked away, struggle, scramble for the ball. Cheney comes up with it to Leary. And Leary wisely backs it out as the Red Raiders are back quickly. Bailey to Leary. And tries to hit Lindeman inside. Right into the hands of Ashley. Dishes it. And gets the roll, does Chad Collins.
Leary tried to force that pass in the last time down to Lindeman. Caused the turnover.
Lindeman tries to set a screen. Anderson can't use it. Bailey leans in for 2 more. Damon Bailey has 7 all here in the second half. He's averaging 10.
Played a good game. He got off to a slow start. Coach set him down after that bad pass, but since then he's come on well.
Actually almost traveled. And that set up. He had plenty of time, Chad Collins did. No one seemed to want to take him. And so Indiana will go once again to its bench as Graham and Henderson are ready to check back in. Knocked away. Here's Bailey on the steal. Knocked back away, out of bounds, says Eric. Hoosiers can do with this lineup. Out of bounds.
Yeah, right. Henderson with the left-hand tap. Indiana really coming to life now.
Stacy Bailey. Hastings. And Linneman gets some body. Hughes gets the glass to work and will go to the line on the foul.
Watch the action here as Bailey taps the ball there. And a wild shot, left-handed. Linneman gets the foul, and Hughes gets the back.
Inside. Last time they tried to lob it over him, bad idea. That time they tried to take it at him, equally poor idea.
Vince with the turnaround, and he's got the touch off the glass. He's averaging 15 again.